So what are my thoughts on the Mathews Lift? I will say it is a big upgrade over my Mathews V3. This would be the 4th year that I would have had my V3. I started the season out with it. Had nothing wrong with the bow, just was, in my opinion, time for an upgrade. I thought the Mathews Lift was a big enough upgrade for me to go ahead and just pull the trigger on it. Shooting wise, this is way nicer. It's a little different to get used to. I have the same weights as I did on my V3, and the bow's still lighter. My 27-inch axle-to-axle V3 was heavier than what this is, and everything is exactly the same. And this is technically almost a 30-inch riser. It's 29.5, but if you go off of how far the actual limb sticks up in the pocket, it's closer to almost 30. One of the sweetest shooting bows I've shot. Now keep in mind, I haven't shot a whole bunch of other companies. The new Integrate MX2, I'm a big fan of that. I had the original version of the QAD on my old bow, and I just had so much squeaking problems whenever it'd be a little bit more humid outside, which here it's always humid. So every time I would try and pull back, it would squeak, and I tried replacing the stuff on it, it would do the same thing. I'm sure there's a better product out there I could have used that y'all will tell me about that I should have used. First off, it's a beautiful bow. Light, the new EXO limbs fit on there just as nice and smooth as the old ones did. I've shot it with them on there. They're definitely quieter than the other ones, original ones were. They definitely feel a bit more snug, and they're just not as much weight out front. That's why I never, on my old bow, like to shoot them that often. It just added so much more weight to the front, and as y'all can see, I like a lot more weight in the back, which probably means that I have a bad back wall pressure. But another thing that I've really enjoyed, I had been using the tight spot quiver on my V3. This year, I went to the one piece from Mathews, and that is a game changer. So much tighter, and it just feels like there's so much less block on the side of my bow, especially with the bridge lock with the sight, which is originally why I bought this sight, expecting to hopefully upgrade this year. And I'm glad I did. I actually have an upgrade coming for my scope tonight that I'll be making a video on putting together. So y'all will see that soon on this Instagram. And I don't really know what else to say about it. I can definitely tell the speed is faster than what my V3 was going to be. My V3 I had on 75-pound mods, and I was shooting around 293 with a 426 grain arrow. Keep in mind, I'm a 27-inch draw length, so for me, that's chooching them pretty good. With this one, I chronoed it at 288 with the same arrow with 70-pound mods. So I've only lost a couple FPS there, and when the 75-pound mods come out, I'm gonna swap this bow out to that. And then if the 80s, I'm hopefully in the off season, I'm gonna get the 80s and slowly beef up to where I can shoot those, be bringing in a lot more speed even into next year. The new mods won't come out till after the new year, from what I've been told. Other than that, things I have on here, I love my Shrewd bars. I would go with the Mathews. They're just crazy expensive, so I didn't go with them yet. These were on my old bow, saves money, and they shoot just fine. I like how they look with my matching yellows. Overall, I'm just very impressed with how it feels settling. The back wall is so much stouter than my V3 was. The feel when you come to rest and you're like sitting on where you're gonna shoot, completely different. With my V3, it felt like you could torque it around a little bit more, but once again, 27-inch versus almost a 30-inch axle to axle, you're gonna notice that. I've shot a lot of arrows through my V3, so I noticed a lot of different things on this. The cam, the start when I first got my bow, the cam definitely felt a little bit more, like about 3/4 of the way through, you could feel it a little bit more tight. But now that the strings have wore in and I've gotten everything to how I like it, it's definitely just as smooth with just more pop. And I love that because any FPS I can get, I'm gonna take. I would definitely say if y'all have a local dealer near you that holds a Mathews bow and you've never tried Mathews before, I'd give them a shot. Worst thing that's gonna happen is you can go shoot it and you don't like it. For me, I've always liked how Mathews felt and shot. And as of right now, I'm always gonna continue to shoot Mathews just because I love the way they feel, I love the way they look, but that's all personal preference to what you want to shoot. I'm excited to hunt with this thing this year. I've already went on a couple hunts with it. I already got one deer down with it and hopefully plenty more to come. Anyways, y'all get out and shoot one. And if you like it, maybe pick one up. Y'all stay blessed.